Hi, Sai. Wanne Hiromi Yaibin. I'm Hiromi, they, them. I'm the creative lead for Scion, as well as writer and developer for many Scion titles and loads of other games. This is Scion Showcase, where a bunch of writers and developers finally get to play the game that we talk a lot about and cause chaos for each other in the process. We're coming to you from Snohomish lands, and if Scion God's backer kit campaign is still running, you'll see this message, and you should go check it out. If it's not still running and you're still seeing this, I forgot to cut it. Fucking whoops. Now let's meet our players. Who are you? Who are you playing? And do they think Karen is guilty? And if so, guilty of what? Elliot.
Hi, I'm Elliot Freeman, he, him. I'm playing BP, Beauregard Prescott, and BP thinks she's guilty of something, but probably not murder. Yeah, like guilty of first-degree Karening.
David. Who are
Aggravated
you?
Karen.
Who are you playing? And do they think Karen is guilty? And if so, guilty of what?
I am David Castro, they, them. I am a developer and writer for Scion, among other things. And Damien definitely think Karen did something because all white folk are guilty of something.
All right. And Michaela, who are you? Who are you playing? And do they think Karen is guilty? And if so, guilty of what?
Hello everyone, I'm Michele Masa, he, him. I come from Italy. I always say that's the place where Disney's Luca is set in. I'm from there. I wrote for lots of Onyx Path properties and licenses, from the Chronicles of Darkness, World of Darkness, Trinity Continuum, Scion, and I'm also a writer and developer for The Day Came From Line. I play Elena Torns Rappaccini. They're still going with both Elena and Torns for now. We'll see how things turn out at Demigod and upward if we get there. I think that Elena agrees with. I mean, Elliot couldn't have put it better. Karen is guilty of first-degree Karening in there, but Elena doesn't actually think she is guilty of what she's being accused in this instance, in this judicial instance, to be honest. Well, she might be, but Elena thinks that they better check out first. Some things are not lining up properly.
We still have a band deed to figure out, but like you're not pressed to do it right away because you're not gonna complete it this session, so it doesn't matter as much. However, your personal short and long-term deeds are useful because you could complete a short-term deed today. In fact, you should. So does anyone have a short-term deed, or does anyone have an idea that they're noodling for a deed?
I have my short and long-term deeds.
All right.
Same.
My short-term deed is become a wizard, Damien. And my long-term deed is what does it mean to be a Scion?
Excellent. And Elliot, you sounded like you were.
Yeah, my short term is getting the chance to dunk on someone with Titanic powers. And my long term is kind of in that same vein, figure out what it means to be Titanic.
So two things. one kind of backing up on all of this. If you're not sure what a deed is and you're watching a Scion stream, thank you. And deeds
Welcome.
are essentially goals, things that the characters want to achieve, or rather, things that the players want the characters to achieve, regardless of whether or not the characters themselves want to do it. And the reason why they matter is because, one, they help drive the role play and decisions, and two, I reward them. And so should every story guide, because it's part of the fucking rules.
You
Seems
better.
important.
And two, there's semantic ambiguity in your short-term deed. So getting the chance to dunk on someone with Titanic... the fuck was I starting to say? Getting the chance to dunk on someone with Titanic powers. Does that mean you want BP to use his Titanic powers to dunk on someone? Or do you want to dunk on someone and that person is a Titanic Scion or Titan Spawn? Alternatively, you can leave it ambiguous.
My intention is the former, but if the latter, then it would probably be at least Karen. So no, it's the former.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had to specify because I'm me, and I had to give you the option of leaving it ambiguous because I like Fate, not like the Scion concept, but the game Fate, where you just sort of go, here's some stuff that I want to do, and if I can justify it through that exact wording, it counts. Michaela, did you have short or long-term deeds? And
Yes.
if not, do you want to work on them?
No, I figured that out because I made a point to not disappoint you again this week. So, okay.
You don't have to put that much pressure on yourself.
No, I'm making more fun of myself than anything. I'm chill tonight, don't worry. Okay, the short-term deed would be for Elena to do an effort to learn more about the Bogovi, because that's their push to learn more about their newfound power in this very moment, rather than the long-term deed the others have. Because the very first long-term deed Elena has for being a Scion is use my powers to get some results for my personal goals, interests, ideals that otherwise wouldn't be possible. Make a difference by being a Scion, essentially. That probably is gonna involve like some plants erupting from some place or something like that, because that's the boon I have for now.
Nice. Okay. So in this case, two of your long-term deeds are essentially learning who you are, and in Thorn's case, it's learning how to make use of who they are. So for your band deed, it shouldn't be exactly that, because otherwise you accomplish two deeds for the same action, and that's, you know, not
I don't know, that sounds great to me.
We would
because
hate
you always
that.
try to cheat the system.
It would be so bad.
I mean, I could just give you a point of legend right now and then fate bind all of you twice.
3.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All enemies.
At this point, if we aren't fate bound to Karen yet,
I don't want that. Neither does Cars.
You saying that does not make it happen any less, by the way, Michaela.
Mhm. He has a point.
Uh, So, yeah, thinking about this arc as being a chance to explore who you are and how you fit into the world. Does anyone have like an idea, or even just like a little kernel of an idea of what that would mean as a band?
I just got one that might be interesting. Is figure out why each of us got their visitation, or at least come up with an explanation, if not the real reason. Doesn't seem too bad for a first thing, since we got that visitation indeed.
Figure out why they got their visitations, or at least a plausible hypothesis that fits the evidence.
Why us?
All right.
Even it neither doesn't mean it doesn't need to be necessary come from without, with someone telling us, but maybe even us figuring, yeah, I think I'm decent at this, so that makes sense.
All right. David, what do you think about it?
It sounds good, especially when it doesn't have to come from a external source, just us figuring out why us sort of makes good narrative sense.
Okay. Elliot?
I'm on board.
All right. Then I will make that the thing.
What
I'll
is
put it in
the
bold? Why not?
what is the phrase that we're going with?
Figure out why they got their visitations, or at least a plausible hypothesis. I will copy and paste it into the chat. And by chat, I mean our Discord, not the stream chat. Although maybe I'll put it there. Who knows? Who knows? The stream chat does not exist yet, so I can't say what future Hiromi will do.
But that's futurely wrong.
Okay. So last time we played, we saw our new heroic tier Scions get a call from Vincent the Hammer, Carmichael III Esquire, who is apparently everyone's favorite story guide character.
I'm so glad we did that.
And while I role play him, and role playing him seems to be a lot of the fun, David laid the groundwork, and the groundwork was fantastic. Yeah. So if you can't tell from the name, the Hammer is a lawyer, which has been immensely helpful because heroes break the law fucking a lot. And since heroes aren't cops, insert whatever subtext you want here, they can't get away with breaking the law. Insert a different but related subtext here. So Vincent the Hammer Carmichael III Esquire has gotten our Scions out of I think at least 3 different felonies. So already spending those contact points, well worth it. And now they're in Seattle because the Hammer has another client who our Scions already knew. Karen Jameson, the Karenest Karen who ever Karened. She is in fact in my notes as that.
And we discovered she's a Titanic Scion, not a denizen or anything like that. So
yeah. And I have to correct my wording retroactively, because I think I had previously referred to as a Titan spawn, which
it's cool.
Has its own specific definition, but she is a Titanic Scion. She is a Scion who is a dick, and the divine parent also a dick.
Hey.
At the power level where we were, at the power level that we were when we met her, those words are synonymous. They only matter now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all Titanic Scions are dicks.
Hashtag not all Titanic Scions. I get to make that joke.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So the reason they're in Seattle, and the reason why they're helping Karen, is because she is currently in King County. What the hell is the actual phrasing? King County Correctional Facility in downtown, like, doesn't matter. None of you know Seattle. For suspicion of murder, or at the very least manslaughter. She hasn't been arraigned yet. She hasn't been arraigned yet. She's never been arranged.
Not yet.
Although she did have her face rearranged by a fire extinguisher thanks to Thorn. So yeah, Karen is under suspicion of murder, or at least homicide, of Kira Tempest, who was also a Scion. I don't remember how much information you got about that.
I think we never spoke
much.
about his parents, his divine parent or mortal, or anything that might feature in there, considering incarnation and created science.
Yeah. Now I remember. You did like an internet search and got enough information to know that Akira was very loud, very prominent member of the Capitol Hill Occupy protest, as well as many other protests, and got pepper sprayed just like the most. Like, Seattle PD used specifically on him like 20 cans of fucking mace, and it didn't seem to matter, which, you know, if you didn't already suspect him of being a Scion, you'd probably suspect him a lot more. And Karen admits to fighting him, and she blacked out during the fight and woke up with her swords covered in divine ichor and Akira fucking dead with the stab wound. You have not left King County Adult Detention.
Yeah,
I found the name. But it kind of looked like you had wrapped up your questions. However, it's been a week, so maybe you thought of more questions. Which gets us to where we are right now. You're in the conference room. Sure, why not?
Okay. I think we asked... Oh, sorry.
No.
I think we asked Karen everything we needed, and let me check some things on my sheet. No, I think we asked her, and I also noticing now that I never wrote down my contacts because I was on the other side of the continent, so those didn't come up. and might be useful now. So I have something else to move. I have some homework for next week.
Me too.
No, I can't think about any other question. I don't know if my peers here agree.
No, I think I got everything from her.
Yeah, so at the very least, I would expect that Thorns has at least 1 dot in chance as a contact.
I was thinking about her. Yeah,
Probably more than 1 dot, but I mean that's your call.
I think that 2 for chance makes sense, and we'll see. Because I remember that chance had some ties with, at the very least, some organizations that had relations with Akira Tempest, so she might be useful at this point. I think we had 3 leads for the investigation. One was that side of the organization for which chance could help us. Then there was talking to Karen here, which we did. And there was that, I can't remember the name now, sort of hacker or something. True Facts, yes.
Yeah, they're a blogger or a vlogger. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
Addie's quarry at the moment.
Yes. Not that you need to do it right now, but so if chance is a 2 dot contact, then starts off with a dot and a tag, and since you're spending experience, then do you get, there we go, you either get an additional dot or a tag. So you should have a dot and a tag, and maybe 2 tags, since you're putting experience into it.
I'll see, because I think I'm out of experience, to be honest. So we'll see. Well, for now, I'll just, if everyone agrees, call Chance and hear if she has someone we can speak to, or maybe as well personal experience with Akira that might give us some clues on the matter.
Okay. And
sounds fine to me.
And you're done talking to Karen, yeah?
Oh, Torrance definitely is. Yes.
Okay. Are you having the call in the detention center, or are you leaving first?
I'm leaving.
All right. How are you leaving? Are you making any attempt to avoid the protesters out front?
Not at all, because I'll check a thing and probably be a little bit of a smart ass here, but that's the fun of Hero. Well, that's actually up to you, because I technically don't have access to my birthrights at the moment. But one gives me the chaotic innate power, which you can find on page 243 of Hero, that allows me to walk untouched to chaotic situation, taking no harm from random of haphazard dangers, or which include weather or random stuff flying around, or angry shoppers, say, on Black Friday. The books uses as example. So that would be cool to walk through the protest and literally unfazed. But I don't have my birthrights, and those depend on my birthrights because they are not the power I picked, which is the one from Wild. And we are the devs and writer of Scion, so we might want to decide to follow the rules or something. But I leave that up to you, of course.
Yeah. So you sounds like you're heading out the front door, and
Mhm.
being out of the way of the protesters is easy enough. And trying to remember. Oh, right. I was just trying to remember what BP's boon, what the expiration on that was. And I remember deciding or ruling that as long as you kept it imbued, that it would just be there. Your
Disguise thing.
walking around and
Oh,
being
That's
sneaky.
that's an innate.
Is it? What?
Yeah, it's the innate for metamorphosis.
Someone imbued something. What?
Oh, we talked about me imbuing religion for Code of Heaven, but then I decided to not want to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I remember now.
So many widgets.
So many widgets.
Do you like widgets? Because I've got another game that's just oops all widgets for you.
Oops, all widgets. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Are Helena or Damien doing anything special as they head out?
I am definitely having on. I mean, it's always on because I have one dot in liminal, so and I have one liminal neck, so it's always on. Complete privacy. I can't be listened in on. My lips can't be read. I mistyped lips and wrote lops, but whatever. Um, and my phone can't be tapped by mundane means, +2 difficulty to tail me. This only applies to covert attempts to invade my privacy. So I always have that going on.
Okay.
We are special now.
Mm-hmm. I'm a slippery bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Europe.
Yes.
Yes, no, I am sorry you asked me as well. No, I'm not doing anything special. I'm basically just going to take my distance from the facility.
Okay.
As I check the phone for chance and asking her maybe, is it alright if I call you in a bit or something like that? Because I don't want to be rude. Because she's a friend.
Give me culture plus composure, Michaela. You have an enhancement from your specialty and authorities.
Okay. That could be helpful. It's 1, it's a 2, which is nice for V4 dice. So 3 total.
Okay. You free empathy check. For people who don't know the I think it's in all Storypath games. If it's not, doesn't matter. For people who aren't sure what that means, empathy is a skill that you can roll to determine what someone's feeling, as well as to use their feelings. And generally, when I say free empathy check, it means that I'm going to describe what someone or what people are thinking, feeling, expressing, because it's so obvious there's no fucking need to roll it. So the crowd just doesn't even see BP and like kind of sees Damien, but it's just sort of like, nah. And then for a split second, they focus on Thorns going, oh, you're about to eat a milkshake, motherfucker. And then you have 3 successes, and you're wearing a punk battle vest. You can describe what you do to push suspicion of working for the cops away.
Okay. Okay, as Thomas approaches the, well, not exactly the barricade, but the crowd, they raise their head a moment and see that, yeah, there's not exactly a problem, because they recognize they are not a danger to them, or nor anything they necessarily disagree with. So they'll just okay, what can I do now? I'll just there's some people around, some either cops, media, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just look if there's something in my pockets that I can throw, like something like a piece of paper or a flyer for something that I can crumple and throw, like it's nothing, and then run in the crowd and pretend that I didn't do anything. And I also have 2 dots. I also have 2 dots in the trickster calling, so I gotta do something about that.
Yeah.
Pockets hand.
With your successes and your calling, fate gives you just like the tiniest bit of a push, and when you chuck the flyer, and given where it is in downtown, it was probably like a show flyer or something taped to the wall. You crumple it up, you throw it, hits a cop right in the eye, and you're into the crowd and gone. And
Okay.
any suspicion someone might have had of you working for the cops is gone. And now the cops are like coming towards the crowd, and the crowd's just fucking milkshakes.
Yeah. But by the time it's evening, the cop is probably gonna pretend I gouged his eye out with that flyer or something.
Mm-hmm.
That but true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yes, and when we are a little bit away from that, I'll get in touch with Chance and ask.
Yes, and we'll get into that in just a sec. Gonna take an early break. Early break. Anyway, we'll be right back. Right about now. Ta-da. So went through the crowd without did you just fucking remove your thumb?
Yeah.
I'm glad
sorry.
I'm not the only one doing magic tricks.
I know a couple.
Excellent. So got through the crowd without incident. I mean, aside from assaulting a police officer, but I mean, yeah. The important thing is that the crowd of protesters didn't think you were narcs.
It is very important, yes.
Tremendously so.
All right, so you are probably still in downtown. Are you calling Chance, heading to Soto to talk to her? Both?
Are we making our way downtown? And more importantly, are we walking fast?
You are already in downtown.
Okay.
But I mean, you can and probably should walk fast.
Okay.
Also, you had asked if You had asked an open-ended question, actually, but I will respond with a clearer answer than I did before. There were cops, there were protesters, there was a news crew there, and with 3 successes, the news crew did not catch you. They caught the crumpled up flyer hitting the cop in the face, but not who threw it.
Okay.
Nice.
They're free to do whatever they want with that at the moment.
Yeah. So it sounded like you were going to call Chance to let her know that you were on your way, or that you were going to. Okay.
I'm calling her to have a little touch base before adding there with people she doesn't know and that sort of stuff. I'm not discussing things on the phone because I'm not entirely sure that our collective isn't listened to by someone. So
yeah,
let's be honest.
You could. Does Damien know that his phone is a birthright yet? Moreover, is Damien aware of his own? How does this is an important question? How do knacks work? Does Damien know that he can't be descended on?
So I feel like this is less of a rules question and more of a individual setting question. And I think for me, Damien probably wouldn't automatically know, but would probably have a pretty good chance.
Does the protection of complete privacy go to phone calls with which are on like speaker phone that I'm around for?
Yes. Because it
Nope.
it includes, so it specifically lays out any interactions you take can't be listened on, your lips cannot be read, your phone cannot be tapped, etc. By mundane means.
Yes. So if there's magical surveillance going on, I'm fucked, I guess. But how often does that happen? They say.
So I feel like
Broadly.
some things, like some birthrights and whatnot, will be more obvious than others. Like BP's swaddling stone definitely knows that shit's magic and has a pretty good idea of how to use it.
You got a demo.
Wait a minute. Did Makataori Huyabe give you the phone? I don't fucking remember. Was that part of your visitation?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. The only thing he gave me was the semi-stone, which gives me the death stuff.
That's the one. Okay.
So at this point, it's does my phone just become magic, or do I get a new phone that's magic, or how does that work?
I am going to say that by virtue of hanging out in your presence long enough and during your visitation, it has been upgraded. And since that was not made explicit to Damien, we're going to do just a one-off roll to figure out if he knows it now, and if he doesn't, then we'll find out at what point later on.
Muted again. Does my sage knack apply where I know things are magic because I have presence of magic and I just realized that I have presence of magic? So I just know that things are magical? And thus, I should have. This entire line of questioning was unimportant because I just know things are magic.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that is applicable. That is extremely applicable.
So many widgets, y'all. So many widgets.
This is why Scion needs large character sheets. Because Scions can do a lot of stuff, and
We are Legend 1 heroes,
Legend
by the way.
1 heroes.
Yeah, God. Gee.
I
can't wait for Legend 2, 3, 4. Gee.
So specifically, it only lets you know that it's magic and probably gives you a sense of what kind of magic, but not how. Or rather, not how it works and what it can actually do. So let's do your choice of occult or technology and cunning. And
definitely we'll do occult cunning for those, 10 dice.
And let's say one enhancement from your sage knack. And
do I also get a enhancement from my academic specialty of magic?
Yes.
Nope.
And
those are enhancements, not extra dice. Put those down, David.
And it's difficulty 2, so if you get any successes, you're fine. Yeah.
I definitely got 2 successes, 3, 4, 5 successes. So 7 successes.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rolling 10 dice is great, y'all.
Hey, if you like rolling 10 dice.
Play
Boy, do we have a
Shadowrun.
game for you.
Play Shadowrun. 10 dice just like gets you in the door.
I think official Shadowrun dice sets start at 10 dice. Like, that is the minimum. At any rate, with 7 fucking successes against difficulty 2, not only do you succeed, you are aware of any bullshit I come up with down the road, and any bullshit that you come up with down the road. So, like, if you end up upgrading it, Damien
with 7
instantly
successes,
knows.
With 7 successes, can I get my become a wizard Damien short deed?
Oh my
this was a
fucking
magic
God.
roll.
Yeah, actually. Mark that off.
Pushing them.
It's not even
Yeah,
that
that's
much push. It's just like, wait a minute. Am I a wizard? I am a wizard.
I'm a motherfucking wizard, y'all.
Am I a Balerian?
Yep. Fucking mark it. You're good.
Mark.
All right.
Specifically what I built this character to do. Okay, Michaela, I'm sorry.
Okay, yes. It's good to know. So in the action was needed. But the actual thing I was going to do was just a quick call saying, "Hey, Chance, we're coming." So it's quite cool. I'm bringing a few people there. But yeah, you had to discover the birth rate sooner or later, so it's quite alright.
Oh.
Yeah, chances totally fine with that, because she trusts you to not bring pieces of shit by. Incidentally,
I'm coming over. I'm coming over, so
just before getting there, I'm having just a quick word with everyone since I'm taking them to France, but that will happen once we're there.
Michaela, high or low?
Oh, okay. Danger. Last time I went for high. Let's go for low this time.
Nice. Okay. I was about to like railroad you into a path of action, which probably doesn't even matter, but I'll leave it up to you anyways because
Okay.
they're your characters. You should get a fucking say. The easiest method to get to chance from where you are is to take the light rail. So just go a couple blocks, go down about 50 feet, and then go zipping along the light rail line to Soto. You could also take a bus, hop in whatever the Scion equivalent of Uber is. I don't know, you could fucking carjack somebody. Fucking.
We'll have to make one eventually in a book. Okay. No, I think as much as going on a literal rail is makes the most sense. It's the quickest way, so I don't see why we should wander around like that and see if we catch Eddie going around the place taking videos or something like that.
Okay. So since you take the light rail, which is the path that I was going to railroad you to.
Railroad.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Railroad to the light rail.
Well, light railroading.
Just a little bit.
So you remember like a year ago when Helena left Seattle and helped out an unhoused guy who was getting screwed about by the cops?
Okay, yes.
He's there. It still doesn't look like he tapped on to the light rail, but he recognizes you and is like, you get like a warm, knowing nod.
I'll go with. I'll nod at him as well, and don't pay that much attention. I'm busy and we're going places, so
Yeah.
just giving normal amount of attention to someone recognizing you on the street. And that was my mistake.
Wow. It's fucking 12 episodes ago.
It's not a year, but
I
it's a
for
bunch
some
of
reason
months.
thought you meant a year in game time. And I was like, has it been a year?
No.
Oh.
In 72 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
something like that.
It hasn't been a week. But regardless of what days I have said it was in the past, it's probably Saturday right now, which is why Karen's not arraigned.
Makes sense.
Fun, terrible fact, which I guess makes it an unfun fact. If you get arrested Friday night, you're probably gonna be in jail until Monday.
Yep, that is very true.
And that's what's happened. Which, on reflection, I guess that means that y'all got called as soon as Karen hit the fucking jail.
Yeah. The time to make the calls, basically.
The hammer.
Yeah, the
play.
hammer is on it. The hammer is the best lawyer. All right, yeah. The
hammer does his job. He earns that retainer.
The hammer really nails his job.
I hate you so
I
much.
knew this one was coming. I saw this coming.
I was gonna make a different pun, but Elliot's is better, so. All right. You arrive at Chance's warehouse, by which I mean the warehouse she shares with like 20 other artists.
That seems accurate.
Damn it, turpentine. That's what it smells like.
Okay.
I mean, it probably smells like other painting supplies also, but turpentine is the one that's going to hit you because it's way fucking stronger of a smell than. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know enough about physical media to say what other smells might be in the air.
Respond in the comments below at what the smelliest paint thing is.
Honestly,
Hashtag
physical
smelliest.
media thing here, like they're not going to have a kiln because they're already
Danger.
violating fire code. And if you add a fucking kiln to that, everyone's gonna die. Wow, no, that got way darker because that's actually happened to this kind of setup.
Mhm.
Maybe
Okay.
in Seattle. I know it's happened.
Gruesome.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna
Mhm,
stop going down that rabbit
Pivot.
hole because that rabbit hole
Pivot.
fucking sucks.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. You arrive.
I'm gonna stop BP and Damien for a second and say, look, we work well together, but we don't know each other much as well yet. So just gonna say this. These people know me. Many are my friends, and a bunch are people that I don't want to see me in a bad situation. So just be cool. Try to not make a bad impression. Nothing you should worry about. Just play it cool, and we will, like you're dealing with people you don't want to look terrible with, and we should be smooth going forward. Just don't make me look bad, please, because I get angry otherwise.
I was going so well, and then it ended in a like threat. That's
I
great.
also have
Let's get
Dogs of
going.
Warrior in my calling, so yeah. I have Judge, Warrior, and Trickster. It's a really interesting combination of things. So there's a
Horns
little bit of
versus
that
BP.
again.
Yeah. You see Chance. She rolls up to you. Hey, so what? Well, first, hi, glad you're not dead. I've had a pretty weird week.
Oh,
And
really?
I still don't understand what happened to you, so you probably had a weirder week.
Yeah, that makes
We can
both
go
of us,
into it if you
yes.
want to, if like can hold space for you, but who are your friends? Hi, I'm Chance.
Hi,
Make it
Chance.
just
Yeah. I'm BP. Yeah.
Damien.
yeah. I think that when it comes to telling where I went and stuff that happened, I'm still gonna need a little bit of more time before I figure out the right way to put it out. So we'll save that for later if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah. It was probably a lot. And it's probably
Yeah.
still a lot. It sounds like you have something new. So what's up?
Yeah, I know. I'm working with these folks here. We're starting a band, I think, and I'm leaving that deliberately, that in an ambiguous sense. And so we're getting we got hired by a friend of a friend to check into what happened with Akira Tempest. I know you had
Oh,
some interaction with him, and he's dead.
yeah. Uh, I heard it was this bitch from out of town. Like she just sounded really white and Karen-y. You know the type?
Yeah, I
Like
know.
I haven't seen the videos myself, but I've heard people saying that like she had like some either she had social media videos or someone had social media videos of her and very Karen-y.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually had the opportunity to speak with her and get in touch, but I don't exactly trust her, or not at all. So I think I wanted to touch base with you about this Akira because I've heard some stories and it doesn't look like, yeah, it looks like one of those people that kinda appear at the lead of organization because they want to be there at the lead regardless of what's under them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And so I'm checking because I'm, as much as this woman we met isn't my kind of person, let's put it that way, and leave it there. Um I don't think. I think there's more to this story, and so I'm checking if someone else wanted to uh, take Akira out of the picture.
Well, I Akira's death is I don't know, it's hitting me in like a kind of weird way because I was never close with him, but like I knew him pretty okay. And
Yeah.
I met him like I met with him yesterday. Like we talked
Oh.
and now he's gone. And I you know how like sometimes there's someone who like they've taken a lot and they seem really tough and it's hard to imagine anything actually hurting them.
Hmm.
Akira was like that. He seemed bulletproof. And he'd actually been shot. So like he seemed bulletproof. I mean that almost literally. Like he did have a scar, but like doesn't matter. Uh yeah, we met, we were talking about having a rally next Tuesday. And well, yelling at city council about the usual things.
Mhm.
They uh, I mean, there aren't a lot of um, black people are underrepresented in Seattle, so like cops are especially shitty to people like me. So I wanted to do something, and Akita wanted to sort of push that, and it'll probably still happen, but I think the tone of it's probably changed from being about black rights to being about uh, people of color getting killed in the city and no one taking it seriously enough. Uh, and related to that, or maybe not. I'm not sure how much to what it's okay. Uh, one of my friends, you know her, Radar. She's the one who does the audio installations. She's pretty plugged into all of the radio bands, which is kind of how she got the name Radar, even though that doesn't make a lot of sense. Nicknames are stupid.
Yeah, I guess it sounds cool.
Your nickname's great. I don't.
I know.
But it sounded like over police band, there's something happening that the police are going to do, but they're not talking about it openly because they know that we can hear them. So something's coming. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, I don't especially like the sound of that, so I'll see if I can learn more about it and
that would
warn
be
you.
great.
I'll give it a look. Okay, and anything Akira mentioned since you spoke yesterday? Anything about someone he planned to meet or some places he wanted to go?
I mean, he had at least 2 other meetings that day. I think more people to talk to about organizing the rally. And she gives you just like a list of people.
Okay.
And I'll tell you right now that it's not relevant.
Okay.
Like you don't have to do an extended investigation scene only to learn background details. But yeah, you get a bunch of information, but really the 2 big facts that you're getting here are that the cops are planning something big soon, and that there's gonna be a rally at City Hall on Tuesday, and those 2 facts may or may not be connected.
Okay.
Do we have access to a internet-enabled computer?
Like on you or just like here?
Around here.
Yeah. Yeah. Chance is just like, oh, you need to use a computer? Okay. Just you can borrow
We
my.
might be able to find out what this police thing is. If
Oh,
it,
in that case, god damn it. If you're going to do something that's kind of sketchy, then you're going to need to use something to encrypt your traffic. I already have it set up, and you can just use Norse VPN.
Norris VPN.
We're sponsored.
Amazing.
We're not.
Yeah. So here's what I want to do. I want to see if I can Dios. If I could do some sort of either deep web research or hacking to try and find out what they're planning through my superb technology skills and also invoking my legendary title, the Death of Secrets.
Okay. I need to refresh.
I'm not quite certain if that's how legendary titles work, but I'm almost certain they work the same way as paths, that you can invoke them and to do a thing.
Costs a legend.
Legendary title is probably my weakest point of hero. I never really remember that.
Yep, 1 legend to
Okay,
get, in this case, 1 scale.
Yeah. That's interesting. When you attempt an action covered by one of the keywords, but not one of their titles. What?
Yeah,
For every
that's
dot
why I'm
of
still
legend
looking at
you
this.
gain, you invent a new title that incorporates one of our keywords. What the?
Yeah,
So-
because
the hell?
if
Basically, if you want to stretch your Nax possible keywords to a way that is not one of your titles, you can do it. It just costs a 2 momentum surcharge.
the titles are basically the elements taken from the callings
Mhm.
that help you craft the legendary title itself.
Right. Okay. This. I think this comes from my sage calling, which fits here. But yeah. Yeah, because it comes from the like secrets thing. That's where I got my title from. Okay.
So I'd personally say, and of course it's Hiromi's judgment here, that this does trigger your titles. So I think personally that's eligible for legend expenditure there, and you can go be the first to use scale in our little campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a achievement from PlayStation Network for you in the corner.
Achievement unlocked. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to spend legend on this, then you
How do I regain legend once I've
Oh,
spent it?
Sacrificing face bindings.
yeah,
there's a variety of
Sacrifices.
ways. The most straightforward is getting fate bound.
Yep.
No, I'm down for it.
All right.
That sounds cool.
Says
There-
that
Cool.
there's
I'm
he
spending
realizes
said
Karen.
legend to do this.
There's also rituals associated with your pantheons, which come with a sacrifice that makes sense for them and their vibe, which is the vibe. The term is not vibe, but I'm using that because it's fun.
It's a vibe. So what do I roll to do this?
All right. I am gonna treat this as a procedural scene. And because that's how I'm treating it, BP and Thorns can and should do things that they think will help. Since you are essentially hunting for a secret police conspiracy,
Okay.
I am going to call that a 3 milestone complex action. For people watching, and also for players who have forgotten. Complex actions are just any kind of action that you can't do with a single rule. And throughout the Storypath system, there are just gobs of different specific complex actions for various things, to include fighting something just ridiculously huge like Yomengander, the world serpent. You can in fact kill the world. I mean, I was going to say kick the world serpent's ass, but you could also potentially kill the world serpent. You probably shouldn't.
Can we kiss the world serpent?
What's that?
Can we romance the world serpent?
Yes.
That's all that really matters.
How do you think Titan Spawn happened? When 2 people romance the world serpent enough, etc., etc. First role should probably be something finding some sort of exploit in the police communication system.
Yeah.
Also checking the box for my legendary title here. Am I making this first roll or nah?
Probably.
Technology cunning.
Yeah, that would make sense.
5 for cunning, 3 for technology. How does scale work here?
Scale in this case is going to be, excuse me, it is gonna be on the dramatic side. So it is going to so it is going to add 2 successes which stack on top of everything else. Like if you're at max enhancements, these go on top of that because scale is just being bigger and cooler.
Do I get my perfect poise enhancement? I should read what perfect poise does. I have it here. That's the wrong one. That's the right tab.
No.
No, probably not. Can't be shaken
Well,
or frightened by mundane means, and 2 enhancement to resist magical sources when enhancement on all social roles. Nope, doesn't apply.
Yeah,
That isn't social. All right, here we go. That is 2 successes. 2 successes plus the 2 from the scale, so 4 successes.
It's nice. 4 it's not a little amount.
okay. That is actually exactly what you need. So it is difficulty 2 because you're essentially trying to hack the cops, which
is hard.
It's hard. It's not.
Hack the planet.
Yes, hack the planet, hack the Gibson, sword all the fishes, just all of them. And there's a 2 complication attached to that, which is don't get fucking caught.
Makes sense.
Norse VPN is only going to get you so far.
Does my complete privacy help with not getting caught?
That is.
I'm gonna munchkin the shit out of this, FYI.
As always.
If that wasn't clear. Unless they've got supernatural protections. But this is Scion.
No.
They could have supernatural protections on their shit.
I'm going to say no, because that defends against people coming at you, not people trying to protect shit they have. So had you not bought off the complication, it would help you prevent them from finding you, but
yeah,
it wouldn't prevent them from detecting you.
That's what I had meant anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is milestone 1 complete. What
hacker voice I'm in?
What other folks doing?
Ear for Thorns.
Okay, I'm probably Thorns has 0 dots in technology.
So
all the intention to stay there.
Because this is a procedural scene, you don't have to do the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Then never mind. You say what you're gonna say.
No, yes, this being a complex action, I think they'll help a little bit of the procedural scene. Likely with going, asking around the place and the neighborhood if they've seen some mobilization of agents lately, as if someone is making plans to move stuff, or they are noticing some patrols in places or times that aren't common. So I'm basically asking around the neighborhood if they notice someone setting up things in any sense.
Okay. So because you're basically canvassing the area, I'm gonna say that the attribute is composure, because
Okay.
that sounds socially exhausting. To me anyways. I mean, someone else might love going door to door and artist cube to cube asking, but definitely social energy there. I am gonna say culture, empathy, subterfuge are probably the three most applicable here. If you have an argument for another skill, I will gladly hear it as usual.
Okay, no, I think I'm gonna use a subterfuge because basically Torrance is going around not exactly asking that, but more touching the pulse of people in that sense and trying to find their way into answers. And can I make an argument for resolve, because the action itself isn't exactly it's exhausting for Torrance as well, because this is not the field of action they usually like to move in, so they just push through sheer resolve to get the things done and protect the people they care about in this very moment.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So it's 3 dice there. Okay. I do have a specialty for authorities, but it's in subterfuge, so I'm not getting anything out of that because it doesn't make sense. It's the very same skill. Well, let's roll. Oof, not too bad, not too well, considering the actually big dice pool I had, because I just got 2 successes.
All right. Well, it was diff 2, 0 complication. So that's what you needed.
Okay. Not so bad luck then.
Yeah. Elliot, is BP doing a thing?
So BP is surprisingly technology savvy. So I was thinking, like, as Damien like bursts through and fits like finding stray leads, like handing them off to BP just to do detailed background work on to see if there's anything else there. So yeah, I'm doing the literature review.
Me calling out Star Trek style. I need more power.
I'm just now picturing like Damien just, all right, I'm hacking the cops. Here's a thumb drive of shit. More hacking. Here's another thumb drive. Hack. Here's another thumb drive. And BP is like just straight up doing a lit review, going like, all right, we have this fragment, and fucking
comparing
Google
sources.
Scholar has this to say about that.
Oh dear.
This is a high impact hack cited by many other hacks.
Meanwhile, unbeknownst to everybody, my order purview is just so much pinging off of how super illegal what I'm doing is.
It's also going to
what
be
time am I-
difficulty
we
too,
have a
because
Mhm.
generally
Whoa,
speaking,
that's weird.
Yes.
When I tap the box under my 1 dot of legend to show I've spent it, what the 1 point of momentum that I had marked goes away. And if I tap that again, the box under legend gets empty again. That's weird. Huh. That probably shouldn't be interacting, but here we are.
Character sheets. Character sheets annoy me so much.
You don't know this, but a scroll of the monk copy has been sent your way.
Shut the fuck up.
The scroll of the monk copy has been dispatched to your location.
I give BP a thumb drive. It just has the scroll of the monk on it. It's like, what?
Since there's people watching, this is a in-house joke
That's
that
super
we only
inside
know.
joke. Oh god,
Okay,
that killed me.
so
Okay.
2 difficulty because generally speaking, every role in a complex action has the same difficulty. And I'm saying 1 complication with the thing that you're trying to prevent being just going down a rabbit hole and like wasting another hour on it, because that's fucking real.
Mhm. I didn't need that kind of violence, Hero. Resolve
I
plus tech.
I have several degrees. I fucking know how this shit works.
Resolve plus technology.
Yeah. And yeah.
I can do math. 4.
Okay.
Ooh, tasty. You have an extra success too.
Mhm.
I don't think that's enough to spend for anything. I don't think that's how this works.
It's not, but someone brings him a coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a degree of so in Origin, page 69, nice. There is the beginnings of a degree of success system. It was not implemented, but because of that leftover success, you receive the competent. You showed a particular expertise or luck in succeeding. So it doesn't matter mechanically, but you can feel better because that's about where it's at. Except that it does make you feel better. And also, you don't have that complication. So
it's all good.
You learn everything that you need to know, and you stop then.
You have this thing that only exists in fiction called restraint.
He closes all the extra tabs that were opened.
Cool. So you said this was a 3 milestone or a 4 milestone?
3 milestones. So that is all of the hacking, canvassing, and research that you need to do to learn that that the cops are planning to basically, I'm sure that at the very least Damien knows what kettling is. At the very least David and Helena, and maybe also Damien. Doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm hedging this fucking much. So kettling is a riot cop tactic where they basically just back people into a situation where they can't get out, often like a closed alleyway or something like that,
Okay.
for the purposes of going, aha, we have now trapped you. We win. Also, if you feel scared and threatened because we have fucking trapped you and we have guns, if you do anything to protect yourselves, we now have justification for beating the shit out of you and arresting you.
One of those things where it's okay for them to throw tear gas at you. If you pick up the tear gas and throw it back at them, it's assault against an officer. Yeah.
Kettling is a tactic that
I haven't heard
100%
that
should fucking
phrase,
not
but
do.
I know what you're talking about. But
Yeah,
I
thanks for
haven't
explaining
actually
that,
heard that
because
phrase before.
I didn't know the English word for that, but thanks for explaining, because it's a tactic that happens.
Yeah, there's not like a map saying that they're planning on driving the protesters to this spot, and this spot, but thanks to knowing that they're going to do it and knowing about what direction they're going to come from, plus BP's loot review, you're like, it's going to happen here, here, or here. One of those three spots, and it should be obvious which one by the time they start to do it.
Sure.
So while there are three options, if you want to intercede on that, there is effectively only one. You don't have to do further research to figure it out. It's going to be obvious to you when it happens. And Thorns learns enough on the ground by just going to all of their contacts and whatnot to learn that there is at least one God damn it. I was about to say there's at least one racist cop, but I'm just like, that's not fucking news to anyone. There's at
also
least
true.
one cop who is racist against Scions, and that is more interesting. About to fucking say, there's one racist cop.
Technically true.
Yeah, more specifically, there's one who just like seems particularly mad at the divinely empowered. Divine Americans. There we go. Fucking hyphenate that.
Divine Americans. Bells.
I won't offer any European comment on that, but okay.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
It does have a little air of American exceptionalism to it.
Don't it just?
But
okay.
knowing that there is a cop specifically targeting Scions, or at least targeting them to make their lives worse, that
that makes well, not specifically for us, because I don't think we made our as much as Legend and Fate push for us to get known at Legend 1 already. I think this is more in the direction of what might have happened to Karen and or Akira there, because Akira is showing some feats of well, I'm making a guess, but I could be wrong or not. Some feats of stamina there that might explain something. And we know for sure that Karen is indeed a Scion. So I think that might explain a possible culprit for messing up with Karen and Akira at the very least.
Yep.
And it sounded like that cop, you don't have their name. Actually, I don't need to use, I don't need to default to they, them. It's a he, because of course it is. He's, it sounds like he might have something special for any Scions at the protest. It doesn't sound like he, fuck off, truck. It doesn't sound like he thinks there will be any Scions there, but it kind of sounds like he has something to combat Scions that he is dying to use, because when a dick gets some cool gadget to hurt somebody, they want to use it. Trying to figure out how I should make this work. Hey, David, check out page 197 in Hero. And what kind of fate binding would you like? I cannot compel you to take a fate binding, but you're going to have an opportunity for one real soon.
Giving my PDF a second to load. Fox, it doesn't like when you swipe through pages quickly. Okay.
Likewise, Michaela, if you would like to be fate bound, there is a high chance of that. You do not necessarily have to be fate bound to chance, but that would be an obvious move. Fun fact, you can't actually be fate bound to Karen because she's the same tier.
No, to chance, she's one of my contacts, so that feels a little bit too
doubling up a bit.
Yeah.
Except she could also become imperiled.
Yeah, that too. But she can be imperiled even without being fate bound. That's.
I mean, that's also true.
May I ask the flavor you had in mind for this fate binding?
I was actually going to justify it after the fact.
Oh, okay.
One of my thoughts was having you end up getting fate bound to the dark web contacts of Seattle, which is just like a very vague and nebulous concept that the book, and probably any book, wouldn't really cover, because generally you can't get fate bound to a group unless you're a god, in which case everything you get fate bound to is probably a group. But yeah, I was thinking
if it's a group, worshiper / unrequited paramour.
Okay.
Because they just saw me do this thing that I shouldn't have been able to do.
Yeah.
Can I ask the same question, but for turns, toward the direction of it's a group, it's a person I'm tapping into? What you think
so it
most
could
likely
be Seattle's art community, it could be Radar, it could be the unhoused guy that you saved. Actually, it turns out it was 13 episodes ago. Because he also got off the train on Soto, or at Soto, and he was one of the people that you talked to. So could be him, could be Radar. You didn't want it to be Chance. It could be the specifically Soto area art community.
I think that homeless person I met could be a good example of Canary or Imperiled as well.
Okay.
Since I already helped him before, and otherwise could also as Canary / Martyr could cover other roles if that either works for you.
Yeah, I think Canary / Martyr works better. His name is Jorge.
Okay.
Nice.
To the people watching, Hiromi isn't asking Elliot because we are Scion of Gods, and Elliot has something else going on by being Scion of a Titan. And in the specific case of BP, it pertains his fate binding roles.
Oh boy, when he gets fate bound eventually, is he ever going to get fate bound?
It is gonna be exciting.
Is it though?
I will make it exciting.
Yes.
I am making all the enemies.
Oops, all enemies. Speaking of enemies, everyone's enemy is time, and it is about time for us to wrap up. So the fact that we have taken care of some information, learned enough about the situation, the protest that cops are going to call a riot, and then make a riot, or at least charge people with rioting. That happens on Tuesday, which is 3 days. Yeah.
Today is Saturday in game.
Yeah. You said it's Saturday,
So,
yes.
You have time to do other stuff, pursue other leads and whatnot, but you now kind of have this imminent event that could be a climax. It will at least end the arc, and could involve punching. Who knows? And
so you're saying take some points in might beforehand. Got it.
I mean, if you want to.
We're not a band that's hurting for might.
not so much. No.
Otherwise, we can always, you can roll 7 successes with making research. We can roll 7 successes with punching a cop. It's it's a thing. It makes sense to me, to be honest. To each his own. There.
And for clarity, these are strength 2 fate bindings, so go ahead and get that legend back, because you get that legend back for +1 on the condition.
Do I only get to use my legendary title once per arc or once per session? I've already scrolled away from that page. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll look it up in a little bit.
We'll figure this out.
The rules for legendary titles are not concisely organized. They exist. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Or at least it doesn't matter for the purposes of this episode. At least one of you has completed at least one deed. Let's see.
The David.
Damien is a wizard. Thorns did not get a chance to learn about Bogovi, and BP did not dunk on anyone with titanic powers.
You can always go to the prison and say, make this to Karen and grab the experience.
Yeah, okay. So it is just that one experience. And then
plus the one for showing up.
Yep. One for showing up, and no one spent any momentum because
Nope. So we still have the one momentum.
Yeah, so because you all fucking did great on your rolls. You did not need to spend it. Okay. So we have possibilities and fun for next session. And Addie probably has information for y'all regarding True Facts. Because while you were doing all this, she was doing that. So
you know us next.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap up here, and then Michaela, who are you? Who have you been playing? And where can people find your stuff / give you money?
Hello, I'm Michele Masola. I've been playing Elena Torno-Serpacini, a Scion of Veles of the Bogovi. You can usually find me around the Onyx Path Discord, where I make stupid jokes and try to reply at stuff when I feel that my expertise deserves to appear. So, other than that, you can find my stuff on Reggie RPG. More of my books are coming out lately. I have published a supplement for They Came From, titled They Came From the North Pole, which it's getting into season by the time where this episode is gonna air, because it's based on Christmas movies, and so we're getting in the right mood for those by the time we're out. And other than that, try to support the writers you like and buy They Came From stuff so I can pitch and make more of those.
Nice. Yeah, They Came From is super fun, and getting increasingly more fun. David, who are you? Who have you been playing? And where can people find your stuff / give money to you?
Name's David Castro. You can find me on Twitter at The Inked Knights. I lurk mostly on the OPP Discord. Sometimes I'll jump in to aggravate people by saying things like the secret pantheon in God is the 5e pantheon. You can give me money at patreon.com/InkStainStudios, all one word. Or you can go throw some cash at the company I work for, Nerdy Kepi, at ithaspockets.gay, where we make cool gay items.
They're pretty great. I have several of the skirts, and they look fantastic. And because they're, or at least the ones that I have, are immersion printed, they don't fade. They're just going to stay that vibrant until I destroy
the heat death of the universe.
Elliot, who are you? Who have you been playing? And where can people find your stuff / throw money at you?
I am Elliot Freeman. I've been playing Beauregard Prescott PP. You can usually find me on Twitter at Elliot M. Freeman, or on either the Onyx Path official Discord or the unofficial Exalted fan Discord, where I am usually trolling people mercilessly in the kindest and most loving of ways. Beyond that, yeah. If you like widgets and you like rolling lots of dice, then you should also check out Exalted. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Exalted is tons of fun. I don't know anything very well, but what I do know is great. I'm Hiromi Cota, they, them. I play everyone else. You can find me on Twitter at Hiromi Cota, which is probably right here. You can check out my not yet updated, but maybe updated by the time you see this website, hiromicota.com. I'm on the OPP Discord as well. I really only pay attention to the Scion channels because there's a lot of channels there, and I just don't have the social energy to keep up on all of them. So yeah, that's us. And this has been our Scion showcase. We'll have more fun in the nearish future. Stay safe. Get vaccinated for fucking everything. Just everything. Like COVID, monkeypox, the flu, diphtheria, tetanus. Fucking just get your fucking shots. I'm fucking tired of people getting sick. Goodbye.